Okay, all right, all right, all right. Okay, welcome everyone. I want to welcome all. It's on record mode. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to welcome each and every one of you to today's question and answer session, to mostly our guests. So this guest webinar is open to guests, and we do encourage that those who will be asking questions, please make sure that you are a guest. Our founders, please defer all questions to our Monday session or our Monday roundtable for right now. And those guests who do have any questions whatsoever, please, all you need to do is raise your hand and you'll be brought in as one of the panelists, and you can ask your questions. And our top leaders here, Mr. Charles Osong and Mike Ellis, would do well to answer your questions. So that said, let me introduce our one and only Papa Africa, as we do know him, and one of our leadership council member, Mr. Charles Osong, who's been in the tech industry or tech arena for so many years and is so passionate and versed with our opportunity here on Passive. And he's going to be the first person who will come on board and give us a recap of what we're doing. And at this time, rather than waste so much of that time, I'm going to call on Mr. Charles Osong to come on board. Mr. Charles Osong, please.
Thank you, Dr. Merda, for doing such a wonderful job. We really appreciate your services. I know you were with me not long ago in Africa too, so thank you once more. Okay. And thanks, Mike Ellis, for coming again. It's been a while since I see you. I'm glad to be back and to sit with you on the same panel. And good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say hello to the founders, but special hello to our guests. So if you're a guest here today, count yourself very lucky. It's February 12th, and you should mark this date on your calendar. Because to tell you the truth, you're gonna be hearing about a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity. And the way I do that is I tell you my story. To tell you the truth, I did not even believe that at this time you have this opportunity available to you, but count your blessings, it is still available to you, right? So I tell you my story, and why do I do that? Because Mark Twain once said, as long as you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. And I usually don't want to do that. I don't want to remember anything, okay? Like Dr. Meda said, my name is Charles Osong. I've been in the United States for close to 37 years. And for the better part of those years, I've been working in the IT industry, which of course is very broad. But I'm fortunate enough to have traversed so many areas in that industry, and I consider myself a generalized specialist, okay? And guess what? I've worked like everybody else, sometimes 2 jobs even, just to make ends meet. But I did realize one thing. As long as you have a job, J-O-B, just over broke, once you're done paying the bills, there's not much left. And because I have a big family in the United States, outside of the United States, I've always wanted to help. And fortunately for me, I stumbled upon the works of one Mr. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest people on earth, who said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And I was determined not to work until I die. So I've been looking for ways to make money on the side, to make what we call passive residual income. And I can assure you, what I'm talking to you about today, there's nothing better out there. Some years ago, about 5 years ago, I tendered my resignation for corporate America. I recall a colleague of mine looking at me straight in the eyes and saying to me, Charles, you're a very fortunate dude. You must have saved up a lot of money to be retiring this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I've worked for over 30 years and my bank account isn't smiling at all. So there's got to be a better way. I recall also Robert Einstein, who said, you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That is his definition of insanity. I agreed with him. And that is why I stopped doing the same thing and was looking for other ways to make money. And then just over 3 years ago, but exactly 3 years ago, a very trusted friend of mine walked into my office and said to me, Charles, I have an opportunity I want you to take a look at. And I said to him, sure. Just so you guys know, prior to retiring, I had been studying rigorously the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of them is simple. You bring them an opportunity, they take a look at it inside out so that they don't make uninformed or ill-informed decisions, okay? They're gonna make informed decisions. They're not gonna miss out on any opportunity just because they didn't look at it. So I pretended to be like one of them that day. And I told my friend, I will be looking into this opportunity, that's for sure. But 3 things first, prerequisites. You're gonna settle me before we move forward. It's gonna save you time or save me time. 3 questions. Question number 1. This opportunity that you are bringing to me today, if I do not recruit, if I cannot sell to even one person, am I going to make money? And when I say money, I'm talking about real money. Enough money to give me financial freedom. As I just said, I had time freedom. Why? Because I was retired. But financial freedom was still very elusive and I was looking for it. And so I asked him, if I cannot sell or recruit, am I going to be able to make that kind of money? And he said to me, Charles, you will be able to make enough money to leave a legacy to your children, your children's children, and beyond. Now that sounded like music to my ears. I felt like breakdancing. But I had 2 more questions. Question number 2, I asked him, with this opportunity, am I going to have to come out of pocket every month in, month out, to pay some bill? In the industry, they call it ownership. Am I going to have to pay a monthly ownership? He said to me, Charles, when we launch, when this company launches, you will come out of pocket 1 more time, and that's it. I kind of like that. The company was in pre-launch, and when they launch, I'll come out of pocket once. That's it. Great. And I said, let's go to the 3rd question, the last, but certainly not the least. Does this company have legitimate, viable product? By legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean something that mankind, you and I, we need every day. Something that if you don't have, life is miserable. Think about your cell phone in this day and age. Think about Wi-Fi. Everywhere you go, the first thing you want to know, what's the name of the Wi-Fi? What's the password? Now, that is viability. And just so you know, guys, a lot of us have done different things out there, and you might be one of them. And sometimes, a lot of times, they disappear. You want to go online to that website, it is gone. You want to know why? No viable product. You go back, you look at it, no viable product. So that is key. So when I asked my friend that day, does this company have legitimate viable products? And he told me, Charles, you have an IT background. You're going to understand these products better than me. So go take a look. And I said, why not? Took a look, came back to him, and I said, my friend, should this company succeed in what they're trying to do, we are going to have an internet quake. We are going to have a shakeup of the internet. But I also told him, we're going to wait for a very long time, maybe 5 years, maybe 6. He didn't like that, of course, because he's like all of us. We want money now. We want instant gratification. So he said to me, Charles, why would you say that? And I said, well, you told me to take a look at the products. I did. And I can assure you, I understand what they're doing. They're using artificial intelligence, AI for short, in every step of the development process. Now, AI is a disruptive technology. And what do I mean by that? One that comes every once in a while. and it'll change the way we do things. We have no choice, such as the internet. In other words, it'll disrupt our lives, right? AI, my friends, is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. And for those of you who are familiar with software development, you will agree with me that is time consuming. And that is why I told my friend, we are going to be waiting for a very long time. But I also told him, I don't care how long we're going to wait. I need to be part of this company right now. I had something called FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on a few opportunities earlier on in my life. One of them, blockchain, Bitcoin, if you've heard of it, 2010. If I only listened to a good friend of mine, today I might not be around talking to you. I wasn't going to miss out on this opportunity. So that's why I told him, no matter the length of time, I want to be part of it. And I also asked him, how much is it going to cost me to be part of this opportunity today? And I was thinking some huge amount of money, maybe 20K, something like that. No qualms. I had my credit card ready. Thankfully, in the United States, we do not need cash. All we need are plastics. And I had a few of those at the time. When my friend looked up at me and said, Charles, believe it or not, it's only going to cost you $97. And I was just simply discombobulated. I was flabbergasted. I was like, you cannot come all the way here just to mess with me. And he told me I'm dead serious. I said, well, okay, here's my card, put it on there. By the time we were done, it had costed me $102. So yes, there's a $5 fee that the banks will charge. I believe it's now $7. Banks will charge you that fee. Has nothing to do with OnPassive, it's $97. I told him, big deal. Consider that dinner for two. But I also told him, I do not have 5 or 6 years to be monitoring this business. I've got to put food on the table. Do me a favor. You let me know. You call me. You text me. You email me. You do whatever it takes. Get me informed when they are closer to launch so I can get more involved. He said, deal. Just about eight or so months later, he gave me a call. Charles, the CEO of this company wants to talk to all of us in 1 week's time. Can you make yourself available? And I said, why not? 1 week later, I hop on the call, and there was Mr. Mufareh. For those of us who have been with this company for a while, we know he's the founder and CEO of this company. We've come to know and love him dearly, not only because he's going to help us make money, and I can assure you he will help us make plenty of it, but also, and more importantly, because of his heart for humanity. My friends, we have many geniuses out there, plenty of them. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, just to name a few. These guys, all of them have the brains. But do they have the heart? I'll let you decide. As you come to join us, you're going to find out. Not only does our CEO have the brains, but he also has the heart for humanity. And that is why a lot of leaders like myself, we resonate with him so very well. But mind you, I was listening to him for the very first time ever. And I hop on the call just like this. And he said, folks, we have been making a lot of progress. In fact, we are closer to launch than ever before. So that kind of threw me off, because 8 months earlier, I had told my body, we're going to be waiting for 5, 6 years. And now all of a sudden, this dude is telling us we are closer to launch than ever before. So in my mind, I'm saying, whom is he kidding? I know what they're trying to do is ain't no way possible. But what that did was it got my attention. And I was listening very keenly. And he went on. And he said, we've gone to Bangalore in India. And we've hired two floors in a high-rise building. Now, if you look behind me, you see a building that says Onpassive. Now, this building is in Hyderabad. And this building was acquired in 2020. At the time, this is 2019, this building was non-existent. Okay, so Mr. Mufareh had gone to Bangalore. He had at least 2 floors in a high-rise building, and he went on. We have hired 200 engineers, the best of the best. And these guys are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So now I'm thinking, most startup companies are going to have 20 to 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. I know, because I have been part of a few of those. Now, Mr. Mufareh goes to the source. And when I say source, for those of you who are in IT, you agree with me that Indians are the best in the game. Now, he did not get 20, he did not get 25 engineers, he got 200 of them. And they are not working 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day. No, they are working 24/7. They are working around the clock. They are taking turns to make sure this baby is born. So in my head, I'm beginning to think, okay, with this kind of a resource, yes, you are able to cut time frames. With this kind of a resource, yes, you are able to do in 2 or 3 years what is scheduled to take 5 or 6 years. So now I could see where he was coming from. Now I could see why he said we are closer to launch than ever before. But he went on and he said, folks, some of us have been unethical. So we're going to come up with a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA for short. And when you see those NDAs, please sign them up, because it is the only way you can participate in this with this company. 2 months later, he called up another meeting and he said, NDAs are out. I went back, took a look at it, very long document. And I am not an attorney, not by any stretch of the imagination. But by the time I was done reading that NDA, it occurred to me that this is serious. It occurred to me that this is that time I told my friend to text me, email me, get me involved. And I said, I'm going to have to roll off my sleeves and be part of this revolution. That is when I called a few friends to my office and I said, folks, we are going to have to spread the word massively. This is our chance to make a change. Those who have ears can listen. Those who don't, we have done our part. And we decided on Zoom. Thanks to technology, with Zoom, all you need is a smart device. It can be a smartphone, it can be a laptop, it can be an iPad, doesn't matter. You need internet access, data, as you guys call it back in Africa, and you are on. That is why we're here today. So what is this company I'm talking to you about? It's called Onpassive. Okay? And the reason was not, that name was not given by chance. That name was given for a reason. It is a passive opportunity. You can be passive as you want to be. You can be as active as you want to be. And everybody who's in it wins. And that is why we have our slogan, in it to win it. Our CEO and founder, Mr. Mufareh, that I just mentioned to you guys, has a master's in e-commerce, went back to Harvard just to study online businesses. This guy has a knack for artificial intelligence, that disruptive technology I just mentioned to you all. This guy is a guru when it comes to traffic generation. Traffic, my friends, is the reason I can dream today. Traffic is the reason I can invite you all to dream with me today, because traffic is the single most important differentiator between Onpassive and any other business you're going to find out there. So let's spend a couple minutes to talk about traffic. What is traffic? It is the most fundamental element in any business. It doesn't matter whether this business is online or offline. But I do know most of us have an age. We are more used to offline businesses. So let's start there. Say you have a business offline, and I have the same exact business, identical. And it can be any business. It can be a car dealership. It can be a barber shop. It can be a tire store. It doesn't matter. But let's just say it is a restaurant. Only because I love food. And I know that all of us do eat at some point in time. So you have that restaurant, and I have the same exact restaurant. Same kind of food, same name, same chef. The food tastes exactly identical. The only difference, location. Your restaurant is located in a busy area, in a shopping mall. People come in and out all the time. My restaurant, on the other hand, it is hidden. It is located in a back alley. You've got to know that it is there. Well, guess what? Your restaurant is going to fare better than mine. And here is why. People are going to come to that shopping mall, minding their own business, to do their hair, their nail, buy some clothes, window shopping. Whatever it is that brings them to that shopping mall, eventually they will get hungry. They will look up, spot your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. Mine, on the other hand, they're going to have to know that it is there. They're going to have to leave their homes deliberately to go there. Because of that, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So there's a $1 million question. What is traffic? The people, the customers coming in and out of your business. That's it. Now, what about traffic online? But before I go there, I want to say this. If you have an offline business in this day and age, like the restaurant I just mentioned, you better get yourself an online presence. Otherwise, you will be smoked by your competition. Yes, you will be smoked. But the reverse is not true. You can have a very successful business online without an offline presence. Typical example, Amazon. So what am I saying in essence? It is true that we have millions upon millions of businesses offline. But it is also true that we have more businesses online than we do offline. Billions upon billions of them. And all of these businesses online, they thrive on traffic too. So then, what is traffic online? Very simple, my friends. Clicks. You have a business online. For you to make a sale, someone has to click on it. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. So we do have companies online. How do they make money? By sending traffic, by sending clicks to all those billions of businesses online. And they are making a killing. Typical example, Google. And then we have something called targeted traffic. What is that? So you go online, you're looking for something, say a TV. And somebody walks around your ear and say, hey, why don't you go to charlesosong.com? And the moment you get there, all you see are TVs, all sorts of TVs, all colors, all sizes, all prices. What are the chances of you buying? Very high. Well, guess what? That store just got itself a targeted traffic, a customer looking for exactly what they offer. Now, that is huge online. And our CEO and founder, Mr. Mufareh, is the best in the game of driving targeted traffic. He proved himself. Upon graduation, he joined a few companies. He sent them traffic, customers, affiliates. It is true that he made some good money doing that. It is also true that those companies made millions upon millions of dollars through his efforts. But unfortunately, most of them went out of business. And why is that? Remember, I told you guys earlier, no legitimate viable product, any business is a time bomb. So Mr. Mufareh and his family, notably his wife, they're gonna sit and say, you know what? We can do better. We need to stop sending customers, people, to businesses that don't have a solid base, to businesses that can end up out of business. So we're gonna start our own. We're gonna have to have legitimate, viable digital services. We're gonna get founding members. We're gonna drive traffic to them. They are gonna make money. We are gonna make money. Everybody is gonna be happy. Now, that's the birth of Onpassive, my friends. So over 3 years ago, and I say over 3 years ago, there was no pandemic, my friends. These guys were just visionaries. These guys are gonna sit down and say, hey, we have over 8 billion people on Earth. And at any point in time, 7 million, statistics say 7 million of them are online every minute, doing something, looking for some kind of services. And now, 7 million people every minute over 3 years ago, you can imagine what that number is today. The pandemic has virtualized the world even faster than we thought. But 7 million is still a lot. Okay, so what kind of services are they looking for? Of course, some of them are doing online banking. I know that. I do that sometimes twice a day. And I know a bunch of you do that too, right? So when we do these things, guess what? There are people, companies that monetize on our services. Some of us are on our favorite social media platform, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I love Facebook. But when we're on Facebook, what are we doing? We're exchanging data. We're exchanging photos to friends, family members, colleagues, classmates. Well, guess what that is called? It's called community. And these guys are gonna say, you know what? Hey, we have AI at the back of our hands. We can do that too, even better. And as you come to join us, you're gonna see our community is growing rapidly, over 1.1 million at the moment and growing. Some of us are doing e-commerce, drop shipping, email marketing, bulk emailing. My friends, there are people online making 6- and 7-figure income just doing email marketing. Yes, and these guys are gonna say, you know what? We have AI. We can do that even better. Some of us online, video conferencing, right? So if you can see me or you can hear me or both, it means you went to some application called Zoom, you put in some ID and there you are. Well, guess what? As you and I speak right now, the founders, the owners of Zoom, they are monetizing on our services. Yes. And Zoom is not the only one. We have Skype, we have AnyMeeting, we have Cisco Hangout, Cisco WebEx, we have Microsoft Teams, we have a plethora of more than 25 of them, all of them making serious money, especially after the pandemic. Okay. Now, Zoom, of course, is the most popular. Why? Because it is the most user-friendly, but not for long. You wait until we unleash our O Connect to the world, which is already out. It's already being tested. That's the advantage you guys have coming today. When we came in, it wasn't out. We believe in the vision. Today, it is already being tested. And some of us have seen it. It is clearer, it is faster, it is more secure, end-to-end encrypted, it is more scalable, and above all, guess what? Lower price point, like my friend Mike Ellis always says. It is more affordable. So when we hit the market, the big players in this space like Zoom, Cisco WebEx, they are going to know there is a new sheriff in town. I can assure you that. Okay, but today is still Zoom's day, yeah, because we have not yet gone to the public. It is still that day. And let me tell you guys something. Prior to the pandemic, Zoom was averaging 10 million participants every day. Now think about this for a moment. April 2020, that number had risen to over 300 million participants per day. You can imagine what it is today. You can imagine. Now, November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine came out with a report. Zoom had made more profits than ExxonMobil. Now, those are decades-old American oil company, more than 50 years old. Zoom had outdone them in profits. Why is that? The world is going digital, my friends. Ever since the pandemic, it has become more obvious. Every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes virtually. Not a joke. These guys at Onpassive, they're saying, hey, the world is going digital. We are going to use AI and we're going to help all our founders monetize. Let's talk about another service, virtual private network, VPN. What is that? Just a fancy name, my friends. It's a fancy name for a tunnel. It's a tunnel that cuts across a major network such as the internet. It provides for privacy. Employers use it so that their employees can access corporate data without fear of bad guys, without fear of hackers. Now, ever since the pandemic, more and more companies asking employees to work from home. Microsoft, Google, Facebook, even the federal government asking employees to work from home. That means what? That means these companies that have the VPN services are monetizing on those services. On Passive, we have our own VPN. We call it O Virtual. Super, super smart, more intelligent, more secure, more scalable, and above all, guess what? At a lower price point. When we launch, my friends, the big players in the VPN space, like Cisco Networks, they are going to know there's a new kid on the block, I can assure you. Yes, they will know. We talk about another service, search engine optimization. What is that? SEO, right? A mouthful. We know of search engines. We know of Yahoo. We know of Bing. We know of Safari for those of us Apple enthusiasts. And I believe everybody should know of Google. Yes, you can go to Google 10 times a day, 100 times a day to search for something free of charge. Yet, it's a multi-billion-dollar company. Now the question is this: how do they make money? One of the main ways they make money is called search engine optimization. One of the main ways they're doing pay-per-click, for example. Guys, I have a business online. I use Google to market my services. If you go to Google and you search for cameras, guess what's going to happen? A bunch of them will pop up. It can be anything. I just use camera. Why? Because I have cameras on sale through Google. If you search for cameras and one of them pops up and you click on it, guess what? You just costed me money. Pay per click. Google says you market something through me, somebody comes looking for it, we're going to optimize that search, bring it to the top. The moment they see it, eyeballs, we are done. Guys, on Passive, we have our own SEO. It's going to be marketing for us on our own websites provided by Onpassive, guys. This is huge. What am I doing here today, my friends? I am giving you some digital services that Onpassive is putting together. The ones that you and I use every day. The ones that you and I can imagine. The ones that we can resonate with. Now, of course, there are more. We have educational services. We have tracking services. Anything that a business needs online, Onpassive is putting together. Okay, and what is Onpassive doing? Onpassive says it's simple. If you need something, a business person, you need it online, we're gonna give it to you at a very good value. We're gonna put them together, we're gonna integrate them, and IT will call this single sign-on. It has never been done before, my friends. And we are 99% there at Onpassive. We are even adding physical products. But guys, remember what? This is gonna be the biggest company you've ever seen or heard online. But you and I don't have to do a thing. Why? Because of traffic, because of artificial intelligence, fully automated. This is value. And I told you guys, when my friend came to me 3 years ago, it was $97. Today, guess what? You are very, very fortunate, because not very long from now, the foundership is gonna be closed. And I told you there is value. And I told you there are 3 things here in Onpassive you cannot find in any other company. Number 1, you do not have to recruit or sell to make money. Number 2, you don't have to come out of pocket every month to pay some bill. Number 3, we have the most legitimate, viable digital services in this day and age. I'm going to let my friend, Mr. Mike Ellis, here, very, very versed with what's going on, has been with the company as long as I have been, okay? One of the best presenters. He understands this business inside out. He's gonna now tell you guys what is gonna cost you, what's gonna take for you to become a founder with Onpassive for a limited time only. Go ahead, Mike, take it over.
Yeah, no, thanks, Charles. First of all, I want to congratulate you on your African tour. You're bringing to that continent a way to develop income, residual income, and wealth. Absolutely awesome what you've been doing, Charles. And I know it went well. If you're looking at Onpassive right now and you're looking at the founding membership, it's a very, very powerful position. And as Charles said, you pay once, you never have to go out of pocket again. And as I look at Onpassive, I really think about 4 simple concepts, 5 simple concepts. As you come in, it is a self-funding business. They'll force you to be successful. And then Charles has talked about these: product, customer, and volume. But as you come into Onpassive and you become a founding member, it locks you into the company, it locks you into the pay structure. That is a $97 fee that you'll pay. And then there's a $5 fee on top of that if you use a credit card. So it's $102. There's another fee as we go into the global launch of Onpassive. And Charles said this, we're very, very close to the global launch, that we will all have to pay. It is a subscription fee. It puts Onpassive to work for us. And that fee will be between $200 and $300. Again, it is a one-time fee. You'll pay out of pocket once. You'll never have to go out of pocket again. Now, this fee, it is a monthly fee, but the monthly fee, you'll pay once. You'll never have to pay it again, because the preceding months are paid from the profits that we'll make in Onpassive. And Charles has talked about the kind of volume that's going to be coming into Onpassive because the products are superior at a lower price point. It's going to be phenomenal. What Onpassive does is you come in, become a founder, and then pay the subscription fee and put Onpassive to work for you. It gives you the ability to have 100% automated business. Onpassive is going to do everything. They're going to manage the traffic. They're going to manage the customer. They're going to manage the sale. They're going to manage everything. And it gives you the ability, because of what Onpassive is doing, because of the structure that Charles explained to you, to give you the opportunity, again, build an income, build residual income, and build wealth. So Onpassive, it is revolutionary. This has never been done before in the history of business, in the history of the world. You're in a really, really unique place to be able to come in and know that you're going to be able to take care of that financial bottom line. So those individuals that are new, get back with the individual that invited you here. They will send you a link where you can come in, pay the registration fee, the $97, become a founding member, and you won't pay the subscription fee until we go into the global launch of Onpassive, which is coming at us very, very quickly now. So initially, the $97 plus $502, get with the individual that invited you here, get that registration link, sign up, and then continue to explore Onpassive. Charles and I and Dr. Imelda, we've just touched the surface. There is so much more to Onpassive You want to come in, continue to explore, continue to study. You're going to be amazed, not only what Ash and his team have done, but what it's going to do for you. Doctor, I'll hand it back over to you. And if we have any questions, come on in and ask. We're more than happy to answer those questions. And there are no dumb questions, by the way. So Dr. Imelda, go ahead.
Okay, I want to thank this panelist, Mike Ellis and Charles Osong. You guys did a fabulous job. And to all of you, our guests here in the audience, you all heard everything. And believe me, if this is that opportunity you want to jump right into. I did just what Mr. Osong and Mike said. When the opportunity was tabled to me, I did not hesitate. I jumped right in it before I even got to learn more about it. So at this time, please, if you are interested and or have any questions, just go ahead and raise your hand, use your virtual buttons and raise your hand, then I'll bring you in as a panelist. And you will be privy to ask your questions. And again, these two experts will be ready to answer those questions. And from there, we can move on. So let me check and see if there's anybody who has any question. Again, remember, we are welcoming questions from guests. If you are a founder, please defer your questions to Monday, and we will do well during our roundtable to answer all questions that you do have. At this time, if you are a guest and you are touched and or convinced that this is an opportunity for you, please do well to raise your hand and I'll bring you right in. So at this time,
I had a correction in the chat box. I must have said 200 to 500, and they're right. It's 200 to 300. I always love the founders correcting my mistakes because I make them all the time. So go ahead.
Very good, Mike.
That just says you're human, Mike. We're all human, you know.
Most definitely. Thank you, Mr. Charles, for buttressing that. Yes, guys, we are not perfect. Mike is not perfect. Neither is Charles, or even our CEO, Charles Ash Mufareh. I wanted to say Charles Mufareh, but at this time, Mr. Ash Mufareh. Mr. Ash Mufareh isn't perfect. So please, if you do realize we make any mistakes, reach out to us and just call it to our attention, and we will gladly accept whatever that is and make the corrections accordingly. So again, feel free as guests to raise your hand. We do have Mr. Morris. We'll be bringing you on board now as a panelist. So I will be promoting you. Again, if you are interested in asking any question, please do. All right, so I am promoting our panelist, Mr. Morris, to come on board. Okay, I'm trying and it doesn't look like the person is coming on. There we go. They should be coming in or they're. There we go, Mr. Maurice, there you are. If you can unmute yourself, please. And if you don't mind, if you can open up your video so we know exactly, put a face to the name, we'll definitely appreciate it if you can. Thank you. Hello, Maurice, Andele Chukwi, Eziela, I apologize for not pronouncing your name. If you can unmute yourself, I'm going to send you a request to unmute. There you go. And your video too, if you don't mind, please. Except you're in a pleasant position. Hello, Maurice, we cannot hear you.
Yeah, I'm trying to put up my video because I don't know. But are you hearing me? I have unmuted myself.
Okay, yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, good. I don't know, I'm trying to put up my image and I'm having a little bit problem, but I'm speaking from Austria, as a matter of fact.
Ooh.
I'm a fan already since last year. Unfortunately, I brought down my hand and it got up again. But I just want to ask a question. I want to register somebody, but the person is in Nigeria. I don't know if I register him. I want to open an email for him and register him and send him the email. I don't want to control it. I want him to control it from Nigeria. I think it is possible.
It is possible, should I refer him?
Or should I refer him to the Nigerian webinar?
Okay, it is possible, but not advisable. And here's why.
Why?
When you create an email for somebody, it doesn't matter whether it's Gmail, Yahoo, it doesn't matter. They're going to ask you for your phone number. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that phone number is for recovery purposes. That's one of the reasons we're having issues today, because a lot of us did that for a lot of people. Now, when it comes time for them to access that thing, now we have a one-time password. Okay.
Yeah.
Google or Yahoo is going to be sending the code to your phone to make sure that somebody's not trying to get to your email. They cannot access your phone. They cannot access the email. So my advice to you, let him or her create an email from there, and you can use that email to register them. And by the way, again, these are kind of questions we'll take at the founders only webinar, because it helps all the founders, not just you. Okay. And the guests for now, they just need to know the concepts. We don't want to confuse them with so many things. Like Mike Ellis just said, we just touched the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot to learn. We just want them to know enough. Yeah. Okay. But let them create their own email and use that to register them.
Okay. They create their email and then I use it to register them. Yeah.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, Maurice, thank you for coming up and asking your question. It seems as if Charles and you and Mike, you guys did a fabulous job, because it doesn't look like anybody wants to raise their hands here. So.
Yeah, I think they're scared of me, right? I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's a good thing.
All right. So, well,
we have a hand up.
The moment you say that, Isidore is up. I'm going to send you back to the general audience, Mr. Maurice.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
No problem. I'm going to be bringing Mr. Isidore in. So, Mr. Isidore, you are free to join us. Hopefully, this triggers an invitation. Just check your screen. If you are looking at your own screen, Mr. Isidore, you should see me requesting you to come on board as a panelist. There you go. You should be on your way. Okay. There you go. Okay, Mr. Isidore, you do have your go ahead and unmute yourself, and if you don't mind, please show us who you are so that we can be able to tie a face to that name, if you don't mind, please.
Okay, my name is Dom Chikamoka, calling from Garoua, Cameroon.
Okay, you are quite welcome, Mr. Isidore from Cameroon, like I am, and Mr. Osang is, but do you have a way you can present us who you are? Any visual of you would be great.
Okay, as I just said, my name is Mr. Chika Izdomoka. I'm a Nigerian quite alright, but living in Cameroon for a long while now.
No worries. I was talking about your video. If you can look on your phone somewhere there at the bottom, there will be that little video looking thing. Click on it so we can see you. If not, then hey, we work with what we have. And if you can't, we don't mind. Go ahead and go forward with your question. Are you a guest, please?
Okay, I'm not a guest. I'm already a founder. But I just want to know, I heard you said you used to have webinars on Mondays. I just want to know the time so that I'll be joining.
Okay, it's going to be 8 p.m. Cameroon time.
Okay.
Right? Every Monday, 8 p.m. Cameroon time. If you're a founder, do you have access to your back office?
Yes, I'm quite all right in my back office now.
Okay, so we post it there. You look at the Leadership Council tab, you look at the webinar tab. Every Monday, you will see the link to that webinar, and it's at 8 p.m. Cameroon time. Be on time.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chess.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Isidore.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and I'm going to be removing you now, and we have another guest who's on hold. I'm wondering, is it that we don't have any guests here? If you are already a founder, please, hopefully you did bring your guests on here. Ask them to ask any questions, except they felt comfortable with all what we told them, and they will be signing up. So yeah, I'm going to be bringing in this person who has any ITEL.
There was another question in the chat, Dr. Imelda, and it was a simple one. How do I join OnPassive? Again, get back with the individual that invited you. They'll show you how to sign up. They'll give you a registration link. Very, very simple process. But get back with the person who invited you to this webinar. Really simple. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much, Mike. Yes, again, just to underscore that point, whoever told you about this opportunity and gave you this particular link, please reach back out to them because they will walk you through and nurture you through this process. Granted, we are still here to help you out if there are any hiccups along the way, but it's good that you go back to who invited you. So I believe I just called upon one person whose hand was up and it doesn't look like they came on. So let me try to bring in Tony at this time. We have Tony. I'm promoting you to come on board as a panelist. Let's see how that works.
I mean, Charles is the best. He gets done. There are no questions. They
Exactly.
got it all.
And let me just say this though, for if there are any guests here today, and I know because like Mike said, it's a lot about Onpassive, and once you join, you're gonna have a lot to digest. You're gonna have proprietary information coming your way. But I just want to say this: if you're familiar with Richard Branson, one of the wealthiest people in the world, he said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you don't understand it, say yes, and then begin to understand it later. This is more than amazing. So you want to say double yes. Why is it more than amazing? Your $97 is refundable within 30 days, right? So you can join, you take a peek at it. You don't like what you see, you don't like what you hear, just say, I want my money back, and you will get it. But I can guarantee you, you will open more accounts instead of asking for your money back. I can guarantee you, if you understand what we have. That's all. Okay. Back to you, Dr. Med.
Thank you, Mr. Orson, for chiming in and buttressing that point even further. And guys, I would recommend that you do exactly that because that's what I did. I joined it. And then again, you have these guarantees of 30 days of full refund. I mean, excluding charges if you use the credit card, but nonetheless, you'll be refunded the entire $97. So, hey, go ahead and join. And then within 30 days, if you realize it's not for you, then you go for it. But that notwithstanding, let me go ahead and call on Mr. Tony. Please unmute yourself. And we do propose that you open up your video so we can see you. Mr. Tony, go ahead and unmute. I sent you an unmute request on your phone or your computer. Please check that and see. All right, I'm not sure. He might be having some technical difficulties unmuting himself. Okay, Tony, I'm not sure what's happening. Please unmute yourself. I've sent you a request. There you go, finally. Okay. All right, you're free to ask a question, but again, I appeal to you to open up your view so we can see you. We haven't been able to see any of the speakers here, all the ones who had their hands raised, so please do if possible. Otherwise, let's move forward. Hey.
Okay.
Hello,
Good evening.
Welcome.
Am I visible?
You are.
We can see you, Tony. Go for it. Yannick.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Tony. Yeah, I joined from India. So I am just joining now. I'm a bit late, so I didn't really get the full. This is my first time. Somebody just invited me. My auntie just invited me, so I just came in and
Yeah, Tony, I think what would be best, okay? Send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com, right? And we're gonna send you a recording of this presentation, okay? Once you send that email, just say I need a recording of today's presentation, February 12th. And Madi the Gamo is gonna send you an email with the recording. And then you can listen to the whole thing,
I don't know
right?
If, maybe words and what it is all about. Thank you so much. Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, so what I said was send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com asking for a recording of today's presentation, right? So that they can send it to you. You need to listen to it fully to understand what we're talking about. And once you listen, you can come back to the next one, ask questions, but I'll advise you to go ahead and sign up because you may not have that much time, and then come back with your questions, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
That will be best, yes.
Thank you so much. All right, sir.
Okay, Tony. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you again. I'm going to send you back to our audience list, okay? All right, so now let's see. We do have another person whose hand is up. I believe Prince was on. Okay, there we go. All right, we're bringing on board Prince. You are promoted at this time. We have a few people. Hello, Prince. Let's see. Hopefully you see my request on your phone so you can join us here in the panel. Prince, you can unmute yourself and then ask your question. We are ready for you. Thank you. All right, I'm going to go. We only have a few people. Prince is there. I'm going to be bringing on board also Dr. Joseph Antio. You can also come on board. And Prince, if you can unmute yourself, we'll very much appreciate it so we can hear your question, please. Prince Barakwe. Okay. Wow, there we go. There we go. Thank you. And if you can show us who you are by clicking on your video button there at the bottom, then that would be great also. If not, let's go for it. Hello, Prince.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm doing good. I want to know, as I was invited by my big brother from Ireland, and I'm resident here in Nigeria. We are still in South Africa, but just recently I came to Nigeria. So is it possible to register while I'm still in Nigeria here? Is it possible? I want to know. And then what is there any other additional fee to pay after paying the $97?
Well, you can register from anywhere in the world, right? So we're a global company, right? So location has nothing to do with it because you're going to register online, right? So yes, to your first question. And your second question, we're going to come out of pocket twice. The first time you pay $97, like Mike said, you become a founder, right? And then when we launch to the public in a few months' time, you're going to now come out of pocket anywhere between $200 to $300. So if I were you, I will start saving up for $300, which is a max. Chances are you're going to have some change left, right? And then you can use that to celebrate the launch once we launch. Okay?
Okay.
How about that? All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Prince. We'll send you back to our participants. And then I'm going to go ahead and call on Dr. Joseph Atio. Please unmute yourself and let's hear what you have to say or ask. Dr. Joseph, you are still muted at this time. You can unmute yourself, please. Thank you.
Okay, I've done that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
A friend invited me, has been inviting me actually, but I've been missing the times because I'm in Nigeria and sometimes I miss your time. But today I just caught up with you and I say I am happy that I'm here. I will find out from him the details because I didn't start from the beginning. I don't have the details of everything, but I will get across to him to have the details and then you will see me later.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Joseph. Yes, that's the way to go. So welcome on board. And if you have any questions, again, at that time, since you will be a founder, join us during our Monday roundtable. And that information is going to be in your back office. So check out the webinar link or the LC, the leadership. Actually, check it out from your own back office. Everything is there pretty much. You can check it out from the webinar section or the Leadership Council. See you then. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, I don't know, Mr. Charles Osong and Mike Ellis, you guys probably really did a fabulous, let me not say probably, you did a fabulous job as usual because everybody is satisfied, you know? So that said, I guess, you know, it's time for us to go. I don't know.
Yes,
well,
I guess so.
No, not yet. Not too fast now. And Mongalang and Kasane, that person doesn't want us to leave at all, so which is really good. So I'm going to bring that person in. So yeah, I realized that some people, they just want to be here with us, which is good. So Mr. Amongele, well, I hope it is a Mr., but Amongele Nkasane, you are welcome to our panelists. You can unmute yourself, please, so we can hear you. Thank you. And if possible, your video should be on so we can put a face to the name for future reference. You're still muted.
And while this person is still trying to join,
yeah,
I just want to encourage the founders that, hey, this, you know, in French, I like the way they say it in French. It's hard to get a translation in English. They say "Nul n'a le droit d'être heureux seul." That means that literally, nobody has the right to be the only one that is blessed. In other words, we are already blessed to be part of Onpassive, okay? And we should endeavor to bless our loved ones. Also, in other words, we try to invite them so that they can be part of this thing before the doors are shut. And I can assure you, the doors will be shut pretty soon. I can assure you, those of us who are engaged, who are involved, we see the developments. We see how big this is. Some of us cannot even fully comprehend how big it is, but it is big. It is the biggest thing that has ever happened and may be the biggest thing that will ever happen. So make sure you get your loved ones in before it's too late. That's what I want to say for the future. Okay. So
Mr. Elson, as usual, thank you for buttressing that point, encouraging people to join. So we do have with us our very pretty young lady, Mogelang Nkasane, please.
Good evening or good day to all of you. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well, please. Good
Thank
evening.
you very much. Also, it's my pastor who invited me, and I'm very much interested in this opportunity. And like Dr. Charles said, we will share the opportunity. I was not able to get the full presentation, but I will definitely go on to Onpassive Nation and type in there so that I can get the full recording for today. But also for future, I just wanted to ask, do you use the same link every day, or is there new links for the Zoom meetings? Like for Monday, you spoke about Monday roundtables.
Okay,
is
so
it the same link, and how do I access the link?
Okay, so the Saturday meetings like today is the same link every Saturday. Okay, we also have a Tuesday meeting for guests. Where are you calling from? Where are you?
I'm calling from South Africa.
Okay, so from South Africa, what time is it now in South Africa?
It's 7:05.
It's 7:05. So that means that you guys are 7 hours ahead, right? That means that every Saturday, okay, at 6 p.m., every Saturday, we're going to have this same meeting for your loved ones. So you can bring them to the meeting every Saturday. Now, every Tuesday at 2 p.m., which is 9 p.m. South African time, every Tuesday, there's a different link for that one. It's also a guest webinar. And then on Monday at 9 p.m. South African time, we have a roundtable for founders only every Monday. That link will be in your back office because it's proprietary. We cannot give it to people who are not founders. So once you become a founder, you go to your back office, you will see the link there. But you have to be a founder first. Okay?
Yeah, I have to register
You have
first.
to register first. Now remember I said you register and then you learn about it later. Did that make sense? Yes. So do that today, right? Welcome to the club.
Thank you. And for the registration purpose, okay, let me say I'll get everything from today's what you call this?
The webinar?
Video. After the webinar, after I've watched, then I'll get everything on how I can register.
You can talk to your pastor who invited you. All he has to do is send you a link, right? And you can register. You can even register before you listen to it all over. So don't forget to send that email, right? OnpassiveNation@gmail.com. Then we will send you a recording.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, you're muted, Dr. Melder. I don't know how you want us to hear you.
Oh my gosh, I apologize. I had to mute myself. Oh my gosh, and I was talking. I'm sorry. Again, I was just appreciating the young lady, and definitely she will be meeting her pastor to give her the link she can join us. So it seems as if people are trickling. When they realize one person is exiting, they put their hand up. So let me go ahead and put in GoFund Georgina to come on board as a panelist. Let's see. Georgina, we're waiting for you to come on. And please, again, if you do have any questions to all our guests, go ahead and raise your hand. I can bring in multiple panelists here, a good number of you as a panelist. That's a few, not to clutter this whole interface, but so that we can wrap things up. And again, if you have a question, hopefully you can raise your hand. And I'm trying to promote this person. Hopefully they will come on. Let's see how that works. Mustafa, I'm not sure I'm promoting this individual and it's not clicking in. Ngufang Georgina Jogo or Yogo, depending. My apologies. I'm not able to bring that person as a panelist in. Not sure what the holdup is.
Well, somebody's asking what time is the Monday meeting from Sudan. So that would depend on what time it's, you know, I don't know every possible country. It's gonna be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you just go to Google and Google the time in Sudan, it will give you the time in your corresponding country, right? But it's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, Mr. Osam, if you don't mind trying on your end, I'm trying to bring this individual in. For some reason, I'm triggering the promote button and they're not able to be released from their own, whatever tech device they're using.
It happens sometimes with Zoom. I've also tried. Let's see if that works.
Okay, I thought it was me, so thank you for. Well, that happening. Let me try to see if I can bring in Bridget and hopefully Bridget Jensen. Oh, Bridget was able to come in, so it's evident that's a problem with GoFund's own system. So hi, Bridget, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, dear. Oh, is it not Bridget? It's Birgit. I apologize. It's Birgit, not Bridget. So I need to take note of my pronunciation. Birgit, go ahead and unmute yourself, dear, and possibly show us your video so we can be able to tie a face to the name.
Yeah, sorry, but they say allow Zoom to access your, okay, I can say okay then, but it doesn't happen. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't.
No, it's okay then. Go ahead and just ask your questions there.
Yeah, I just need to, Enoch, please hear that. It's my dog. He's okay. I just want, it was, can you please repeat that again? OnPassive Nation, if I want this recorded, this webinar, it was onpassivenation.com.
OnpassiveNation@gmail.com.
Passive Nation.
One word, OnpassiveNation@gmail.com.
Yeah, mail.com. Okay, and because yes, I will share. I met some neighbors here down here, and and her name is Elizabeth, and so she is in Onpassive now, but she has 4 small children. She is going to school, and she's pregnant with another one also. So she didn't have too much time to go in, and then suddenly when she came to visit me and we went into our funder, she couldn't get out the access code. So, but now it is. We have. I have my. We have asked for to whitelist the email now. So
these questions you're asking, we can answer all of these questions on Monday. This is for guests only. So if you'll come on Monday, we're there forever, and we can answer any of these kind of technical questions that you have, and believe me, we'll get them taken care of. But let's try and do that on Monday if you could.
Yeah, that's very nice. But her boyfriend wanted to be registered to be a founder, so I need to. Yeah, so I will try to get some good webinars.
Yeah, and when you request the video, that's a really, really good way to introduce people into Onpassive, and it gives them the ability to play it back. If they don't understand something, they can play it back. So going to OnpassiveNation@gmail.com and asking for this particular webinar, it's a great idea, and use that with your warm market. People love to do that because they can rewind it and listen to it several times.
Yeah, and do you have some good webinars that you can give me, or is this enough? Or I have some other, so yeah, no, I don't want to.
There are a lot of different YouTube channels with the different founders that have really, really good videos, whether it's Red Redford, Marty DeGarmo, Onpassive Nation, and you can go there and find material that will work for you. And that's what I recommend, because you know what your people want to see.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that will be okay. And also, all this email.
Now remember, this is a guest webinar, not too many questions.
Sorry, I forgot. Sorry,
Yeah.
I will join on Monday. Sorry. Yes.
That's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Birgit. Thank you for joining us again. We'll see you on Monday. And it seemed as if there were a couple of hands, and I tried bringing them on board again. So I kind of released those hands in an effort for you to try coming back on, because I've struggled putting those 2 hands or bringing them as panelists, and it didn't work. So again, try again the virtual hand raise, and then so I can bring you in. If not, I believe that people are contented with what they heard. And if you are a guest still in our midst here as an attendee who hasn't asked the question, I will conclude that you were okay with everything and you're looking forward to reaching out to whoever invited you so that you can go ahead and join us as a founder. And Onu Omar, thank you for coming back on board, because I kind of like dropped your hand because I've been trying to trigger it so you can join us, which I'm still doing. And for some reason, there's a technical glitch. But remember, all of this is going to be resolved when we have our own system working, because of course we know how Zoom has its own deficiencies, but Onpassive's own platforms is definitely going to outweigh this one. So
and Onu can put their question on the chat if they really have a question. They can
absolutely
type it in, and
yeah. Thank you, Mr. Charles. Yes, please, if you are capable of, hitting the chat box, just send in whatever question you do have, because Emeka, both you and Onu Omar, I'm trying to bring you guys on, and for some reason it's just not responding. Or look on your devices. If you're holding a handheld device, just look on it. You'll realize that I'll send you a little link or a request, and you just need to click on it and join us as a panelist.
We'll give them a couple minutes, and if not, we'll just wrap this up.
Right. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Oso.
Yeah.
And please ask your questions in the chat pod. I'm checking the chat pod at this time, and I think Mike is doing the same. If you have any pressing questions, please do not hesitate putting those there. Okay, thank you. Somebody said, yes, Dr. Imelda, we can call it a day. Thank you. No worries. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I guess. Okay, Mr. Osa and Mike, you guys can wrap it up then. It looks like there's nothing else left.
No, great job, guys. Great job, Dr. Imelda. As usual, you're the best.
Thank you. I'm flattered. Thank
Mike,
you.
is she better than me?
Oh yes, Mr.
Oh,
Charles.
much
yes.
better, much better, Charles.
Fighting,
Much
yeah.
better. She's better than me.
I know she has a better voice than me. She has a better voice than me. I know that, but you know, it's okay. Thanks a lot, Dr. Meda. You're great.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
You're doing wonderful.
She makes us both look good, Charles.
I know, right? She makes
right.
us look good. That's why I go everywhere with her, you see?
Oh, please.
She makes me look good.
And by the way, to our founders, prospective founders, happy Valentine's Day. You see me in red, Mr. Osa and Mike, what happened? Did you guys forget that tomorrow is Valentine's Day?
Oh, but that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow, though.
Well, that notwithstanding, we're not going to meet before tomorrow. We start celebrating today.
Well, you should have sent us a memo.
Oh, yeah. Lord.
You didn't send us a memo,
I'll be
Mike.
in red next time.
Okay, no worries. Thank you, guys. Thank you for a great job.
Okay, guys, you all heard it. Enjoy your Valentine's Day tomorrow, and just be happy, because if you're a founder, you are already a winner. Okay?
Definitely, we are.
And
all
we'll see you
in it.
on Monday.
Monday it is.
All right, thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Same to you. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.